And so Abraham Joshua Heschel, in the opening to his greatest book, God in Search of Man, writes like this. This is a quote. It's customary to blame secular science and anti-religious philosophy for the eclipse of religion in modern society. It would be more honest to blame religion for its own defeats. Religion declined not because it was refuted, but because it became irrelevant, dull, oppressive, insipid. When faith is completely replaced by creed, worship by discipline, love by habit, when the crisis of today is ignored because of the splendor of the past, when faith becomes an heirloom rather than a living fountain, when religion speaks only in the name of authority rather than with the voice of compassion, its message becomes meaningless. To me, that is the truth of this generation. Organized religion is collapsing in the Western world. Fundamentally, though, human nature hasn't changed. And there's a massive movement of people around the world that are seeking spirituality, seeking meaning, seeking a connection to God. And the crazier the mainstream world gets, the more the hunger grows. And Amos the prophet spoke of our times around the Arugot farm with this message. He said, one day I shall send a hunger into the land, not a hunger for bread nor a thirst for water, but to hear the words of God. It says the hunger is not going to be for religion. The hunger is going to be for a relationship, to hear the word of God, for people to hear God in their life. That's why the fundamental prayer of every Jew is Shema Yisrael, Hashem Elokeinu, Hashem Echad. Hear, O Israel, the Lord is God, the Lord is one. Communication is the key to relationship. Husband and wife, parent and child. Once the communication breaks down, it all breaks down. To communication, it's the same word. That's why Mashiach and Messiah, Mashiach meaning the Messiah, Messiah meaning communication, is the same word in Hebrew. It is literally the same word. If you write it down, Mem, Shin, Yud, Chet, Mashiach and communication is the same word. He will be the great communicator. That's what we all need here. And so no one in this generation wants a religion. They want the Torah because the Torah is the path toward the beauty of attachment, the depth of connection. It's like we need a deeper connection, an emotional, intimate connection. We need to feel the love, the ecstasy of being connected to God. It's like my faith needs to help make me dance. My faith journey should inspire me to celebrate life. It needs to actualize my potential. It needs to allow me to grow beyond myself, connect with my true self. It needs to touch the essence of life. So my faith needs to go beyond religion. It needs to touch our hearts. It needs to allow us to live life to its fullest. It needs to help us emotionally, psychologically, spiritually. It needs to reveal our soul in the world. That's the hunger that's spreading throughout the world. People realize like, oh, I'm just not happy. I don't feel like this world is working out. There's something inside us that is calling us for something greater like that. And like food is for the body, the purpose of religion is to nourish our soul, to allow it to grow, to flourish, to shine. It's like, now, according to the Torah tradition, we cannot understand God. Even Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, just like what Ari said, they weren't even privy to God's name. They were trying to seek after God, following God. God's thoughts are beyond our thoughts. His ways are beyond our ways. He transcends reality, and he's immanent within reality. He's beyond us. We will never understand fully God in this limited capacity. But the biblical promise is that as we develop our inner world, we can develop a relationship with the divine. And that relationship is to have an inner tension, a dynamic, a living relationship with who we are now and who God is calling us to be. And if we can follow that little inner quiet voice that emanates from our heart, we can walk in that direction. But once that relationship with the divine just becomes a religion, a ritual, a theology, it's over. And that's why the sages of Israel say the Torah can either be an elixir of life or a potion of death